Okay, let's take a look at our show file. That's the starting screen when you load the show. Let's take a first look here at our executor screen. Okay, as I said before, here are the masters. And we're going to take a look at our lights. Here we got our spotlights, the beam, the wash, and the LED lights. I'm going to go to our external screen. Here we're going to choose gig. That's the main screen for working. And here we got our executor bar. Okay, let's explain a bit the show file. I'm going to lift the general spot, the general master for the spots. And now we can start and choose positions for our spotlights. 60 degrees, in, X, out. Well, the typical positions. Here it's blinding the audience. Now it's overhead of the audience. Going to the backdrop. And let's say a standard position. Whenever you use the time control here, it's affecting the executor master or the executor speed. Let's say if we go to 4 seconds and we go back to the 60 position, then we got a slow movement. Same with the colors. Okay, let's go back to 0 seconds. Well, here are the colors. Let's go back to white. And here we got the intensity effects. By default, it's in full, but now we can also choose standard sinus. And at the moment, it's not moving because our intensity speed master is down. Let's put some speed. Okay, you see here it's a typical sinus. Full again, sinus. Here I made a chase. And now different kinds of chases or changes with intensity. All these effects I'm going to show you later how you can manipulate them or how you can change them if you like. Okay, we are back in full. Let's go to the spot movements. The movement fader, they're with the same colors. Here's our general master. And the next red one is the spot movement. Same here for the beam and beam movement. Here it's very important that the fader is down before we choose an effect. Now we're gonna choose the pan. And well, let's lift up here the temp fader. And you see it's not moving because, well, it's the same thing as we did before. We simply have to lift up a bit the speed master for the movements. Let's do this. No, actually it's fine, it's moving fine. And let's do another effect. If I would like to change to another effect, I have to turn it down. Turning down with one hand. Now I go to the tilt effect. Sorry. And now we are in the tilt effect. We got 2 different circle effects. C1, circle 1. All of them are symmetric. Circle 2. Then 3 different kind of flyout effects. I'm in the beam movement. Let's go back to the spot movement. First flyout. Second flyout. And the third flyout. Here on this side you got possibility to choose some gobos. Let's go back. And here you can choose prism effects, another prism. Frost, I don't think you can see a frost here. No. And you can deactivate the beam effects. Okay, and same thing we did here for our spots. Same thing we can do now for our beam effects. I just turn down the spot. With the beam I'm gonna make it a bit faster. Here we got the positions. Also the intensity effects. Let's go back, and also some movement effects. It's loaded. Here's a pen movement. Let's do a let's do a tilt movement. A symmetric circle. The next circle. And 3 of the flyout effects. Here I made it that it's a flyout from the beams that are hung in the truss, and fly down, or let's say fly in, from the beams that you see here on the ground as floor effects. Okay, next one. And the last one. Okay, this also is responding to the move speed. Of course, same thing here. Here you got the colors, gobos, and prism and frost effects. Okay, and last not least, same with the wash lights. Well, I don't repeat it now for the wash lights. Actually, it's the same. Let's make them red. Gonna lift on all effects, and let's do some random thing here. So a bit of effects. Okay, now we come here to the general control. You got here the possibility to stop all intensity effects of all groups. And here you can stop all movement effects of all groups. And here with this I made a reset to a general look. The general look goes back here to the default positions of all the lights, making the spot and the beam white, the wash and the LED lights blue, and turning off all effects, gobos and beams. Okay, there it is. Now here we got the offset. With the offset we can lift up the spotlights here to the up positions. It's a typical effect for end of the songs. Same thing we can do here with the beam lights. And the wash lights. Then here we got the zoom of our spots and the zoom of our wash lights. Gonna turn off all the other lights. Let's make the wash lights white. Now you can see the zoom a bit better. Okay, and with reset, it's going back again. Next thing. Here we got 3 strobe effects as flash buttons. Let's adjust the strobe speed. I don't know if the simulation will be able yet. It's possible. You see them, all of them are white, temporary. Next thing is the same effect, but it keeps the color information you had before. And here's a alternating strobe with the same color information you had before. And here are the typical bump effects. Red bump. I put the bumps only on the wash lights and the LED lights, but you can adjust it later with a macro to the groups of fixtures you like to have it. Okay, that's how you play around with the template, how you execute it during the show. And you see you got enough buttons to put own stuff, and you also got the 6 faders on the program wing, or if you got another fader wing, you also got 16 more faders.